Good day, everyone. Welcome to this channel from whatever the part of the world you're listening to me. I actually I think on Monday or Tuesday, I analyzed the charts, speculating a lot of movements. Either I'm going to sell or I'm going to buy. The reason I'm going to sell, the reason I'm going to buy, what I'm going to wait for to sell, and what I'm going to wait for to buy, and the trade I will enter after I did my analysis. So basically, this SAUUSD. SAUUSD, last week I was expecting a clean break and retest of this level with a bearish engulfing candlestick. You can see at this level it's break and retest it, then it's moved to the sell part, which means it's break and retest from this level, then it moves from this level to this level. Yeah, but I didn't enter the trade because I missed it. The reason why I wanted to enter the trade was that here we're having the left shoulder pattern, we're having the head, we're having the right shoulder pattern. Then since we have the left, right, and the head shoulder pattern, we already know that this market is going to the downside, and it's actually breaking and retesting the neckline with a bearish engulfing candlestick, which make me to sell the market, which will make me to sell the market at this level, but I didn't enter the trade. Yeah, I missed the trade. So actually, we are good on SAUSD. We analyzed it, it's moved our way. So Euro USD, yeah, last week on Euro USD, I was expecting a clean break and retest of this level. It comes here, break and retest is a bearish engulfing candlestick. Then yeah, I entered the trade. Yeah, I entered the trade, and I think I make $500. Yeah, upon this trade actually. I think I make $500 on this trade. Yeah, I think I made I couldn't remember the profit that I made. So it's after I analyze the charts, I see the market moving to the downside, then breaking and retest of this level to bearish engulfing candlestick. Then I entered the trade. I think, yeah, I entered the trade around this level. Then the trade is still active. I'll be expecting, actually I closed the trade already because I already reached my TP. So I'll be expecting the trade to just move to touch this level, then we wait for our next move. So Euro USD cleared, AUD card. Actually on AUD card, on AUD card, on AUD card, we speculate the market that is going to move to the downside, but for it to move to the downside, or for me to sell, I'll be expecting a clean break and retest of this downside, then to move straight to our TP. But do you know what? The market actually break and retest at 2 hour. It's actually break and retest at 2 hour, but I couldn't enter the trade. I could have just entered something around this level, place my stop loss around this level. No, place my stop loss around this level. Yeah, that's about, let me hold. At least if I could, yeah, that's about 11 pips to 33 pips. That's 3.033 each reward ratio. So AUD card, we are cleared. We want on AUD card, we actually wanted the trade to just break and retest of this level, then it moved to the downside, which it does. yeah, which it does. So on GBP USD, but I didn't enter UD card. Yeah, I didn't enter UD card because I was doubting the market because I didn't see it. Doesn't look clean to me. I only look at 4 hour. Meanwhile, I missed the confirmation at 2 hour. Yeah. So on GBP USD also I missed the trade, which I didn't enter. So the trade just come here as I was expecting. I was expecting the trade to just. I was expecting this candle at this level to just give me a clean bearish engulfing candlestick at this level to cross this line with a full body, but it doesn't give me what I wanted. But it's come back to this level. Actually, I could just sell from this level after the. I could just sell from this level after this candle end and just place my entry here, my stop loss around this level, then my TP around somewhere around this place. But at that time I was really expecting what I said on the last video. So I was expecting the market to come to the downside, break and retest this level with a bearish engulfing candlestick, but I couldn't enter the trade because I missed it, which could have just give me something like this. You can see on my trade that I'm not risking more than 24 pips. The maximum I could just reach, the maximum is 0.5, the maximum. So you see, could have just give me about 0.83%. So GBP USD, we are cleared, we didn't enter the trade. So USD JPY, which I entered after I analyzed the charts and later stopped me out. The markets came here, break and retest this level. I entered the trade at this level, then it just keep moving around this level. Then it moves straight to this level. I could have just placed my TP around this level, but yeah, around this level. But that's not what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a big pullback. I'm expecting a big pullback around till it entered something around this level, giving me something like 1.2%. But the market just moved to the upside. Yeah, the market moved to the upside. But the reason why I was holding is that the market doesn't engulf this red line with a bullish engulfing candlestick. But the time which it does at 2 hour, you see, doesn't engulf this level with a bullish engulfing candlestick. Only it forms another candle, then the candle just engulf this level and move straight into my stop loss. Having been, I've seen the candle that it just moved from this level, like the candle formed like this at this level. I could have just stopped the trade, but it just moved straight to my TP without even looking at. So USD JPY, I entered the trade, I lost the trade, and some other trade, the clean one, I didn't enter the trade, but such an ass. I'm pained though. So, and on this USD JPY, I'm up about 600. Yeah, I think I'm up about $600 or $500, but I don't want to close the trade because that's $600 is not my plan. I was expecting something around 1.2 to 1.1% to close the trade, but the markets move against me, which is normal in the market. So on card CHF, I was expecting something. I was expecting a clean break and retest of this level. a clean break and retest of this level, then moving to the downside. But let's do I know. You can see the market here. I forgot, I could have noticed from this level, this is a M pattern, which means the market is actually moving to the what? It's actually moving to the downside. You could see it's actually moving to the, when this pattern is formed in the market. And one more thing, the market form an N pattern at this level with a bearish engulfing candlestick with crossing this red line that I drew here around this level. I could have just entered the trade here. Sorry. I could have just entered the trade around this level. But do you know what? I'm going to stretch my TP. I'm to enter the trade. So you could see the market could have just given me something around 20p, risking 20 pips plus to win 40 pips. So actually on cash CHF I didn't enter the market, so let's move on. But it's moved my way. On GBP card I entered the market, but it stopped me out. The reason why I entered the market is that look at one day, look at this level, the major level of support and resistance. But the funniest part is that the market could just move straight from this level, could just move straight from this level and move straight to this level. But let's wait. But it stopped me out. I said that. But the market could just move back up around this level. Well, the funniest part is that I'm even up about 200 or $300 around this level, but I didn't close the trade because it doesn't hit my TP. The market just break and retest this level, going to this place, then come down straight to my stop loss. I accept defeat. So USD card around this level, I was expecting a break and retest of this certain level to buy the market. But do you know what? The market formed a W pattern which I didn't notice quickly. You see, it forms a W pattern which I didn't notice quickly, and it actually pains me though. So it forms a W pattern which I didn't notice quickly. Now see the trade. It tops about 100 pips, almost 0.74%. So that's market for you. Next week we move on. So around this level again, the market break and retest this level, then with a bearish engulfing candlestick which is huge, because I didn't wanted to enter the trade around this level. I'll be risking more than I could afford to lose. So my stop loss will be here and my TP will be something around this level. So I'm risking 49 pips to gain 83 pips, something around $0.77, which means now see the market is actually moving back, but I was expecting it to just move back here, create a bearish engulfing candlestick again, then move to the TP as speculated, but we didn't enter the market. If I thought I entered the market, the way the market is still moving back, I'll still continue holding. Nothing will free me to stop the trade. Let's then the JPY. What an asshole. So SNDJPY here, you can see I said I'm going to enter the trade after I close the analysis though, which I did. I entered the trade. But do you know what? I stopped the trade at this level as planned. I could have just set and forget, wait for the trade to play out. It could have just given me something around 189 pips, something around 2.16%. You could just see. So what I was expecting before is that I was expecting the market to just break out of this level, then it could just move back to this line, then go back to this place and break and retest it, then move to the downside. But the market moved straight beyond my TP, which I actually closed the trade around this level. I didn't regret my action because it's actually a proper risk management. Yeah, I think I've talked about XAUSD. So XAUSD, we didn't enter the trade, but it moves our way. Euro USD, we enter the trade, we cash out the trade about $500. So on AUD card, I didn't enter the trade because I didn't see a clean confirmation. I could have just entered around this level, but I didn't enter. I don't know why. So GBP USD actually break and retest this level. It's a bearish engulfing candlestick. Actually break and retest this level with a bearish engulfing candlestick, but I didn't enter. I don't know why. So USDJPY break and retest. I entered the trade after I analyzed the chart, but the trade later stopped me out. So card CHF, I didn't enter the trade because I didn't notice this about the trade. It creates something like an M pattern at this level with a bearish engulfing candlestick around this level. I could have just played my trade around this level, then using a buy limit around this level. Yeah, using a buy limit around this level, but I didn't enter the trade. GBP USD, GBP card, I entered the trade, which actually stopped me out. So USD card, I didn't enter the trade, forgotten, and I couldn't notice this is actually a clean M pattern, W pattern for a W pattern with a bullish engulfing candlestick around this level. I could have just entered the trade, but only God knows. So BPCHF, I didn't enter the trade, but it moves my way. NZDJPY. So mostly 99% of my trade goes my way, while some later moved me out of the market, and some move I cash out some. Yeah, I cash out some. So thank you for watching. Let's wait for this weekend again to analyze the charts as usual. Stay tuned, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share, like. If you want to reach out to me through the link at the description below. Thank you.